One of the things I wanted to speak to with regards to indirect services is security services and ramp services. When we talk about ramp services and we talk about access into the terminals, those of you who are concessionaires today know that it's quite a process to get the goods, to get the things delivered, to get maintenance people in, to take care of your needs, because it requires a certain level of security, checking, screening, and those operations have to be done in a central fashion. TSA manages that along with the airport. There's an awful lot that gets taken on the front end to make sure that everything that comes in is safe and secure for everyone within the secure side of the airport. And I say that because it's a challenge. In this terminal redevelopment plan, the airport's looking at how do we increase the throughput, make access to your suppliers to get your goods and services into the terminals effectively, quickly, and safely. And that, again, is part of what's being looked at right now in terminal redevelopment is how do we do that? It works pretty well in Terminal D. How do we make that work better in the other terminals? So, some of those things we kind of take for granted as a flying passenger, but as someone who does business within the terminal, it takes a great deal to provide that and to provide the safety that the TSA and FAA requires of everyone that goes into a secure area. So, Ron, you want to speak a little bit about the maintenance side?
Okay, on the maintenance side, a lot of times people will say, well, you know what, I don't know how that benefits me, these indirect services. What about the terminal, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, structural services, or the custodial services that are out in the terminals? Well, unless you have a bathroom in your facility, which you don't, you have to have those facilities maintained that are available to the general public. And that general public, the flying public, are your customers, your potential customers. So we, again, just like we do with the direct services, we try to aggregate as much spend as we possibly can. We try to get these companies to go out and they sharpen their pencils and give us the very best price. We provide very specific very specific tasks that we want them to perform, and we try to do that in order to make sure that we're providing quality services back to your customers. So when you see us buying concession for concessionaires, the custodial services, landscaping services, window cleaning, you may be saying, what does that have to do with me? It has to do with your customers. And if we're able to go out and get the very best price for those services, again, we have the opportunity to provide a lower price, lower rents, lower fees and charges back to the concessionaires. Our department will continue to work with concessions, and we will ask that you work with your concessions representatives as well to make sure that we're providing top quality service to you. And if we work together, we will be able to provide the very best price and help your bottom line. And do you have any questions? I'll ask Michael to handle it. He asked whether this was a lease cost or was this like a separated cost? Is this part of the fees? I'm sorry to put you on the spot, Michael, but okay.
Thank you. This goes to the O&M charges, if you will.
No other questions? Well, it's time to be giving away some gifts. I'll go ahead and let Greg start. Sylvia Bode. She's with Phase Next Hospitality. George Johnson. He's with Dickies. We got Milagros Escuzida. And she's with DACS. And Tony Fernandez, he's with Chase. Seems only appropriate he gets the money clip. No other questions? Fantastic. Well, our next speaker is Ms. Suzanne Cruz-Sewell, Assistant Vice President of Business and Diversity and Development.
Thank you, Ron. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Suzanne Cruz-Sewell, Assistant Vice President for Business Diversity. Don O'Bannon was supposed to be here making this presentation, and today we are juggling several meetings, so he sends his regards. And I am going to do a very brief overview of the ACDBE program. I know I stand between you and 5 o'clock, so I will get you out of here as soon as possible. I'm also going to defer to Sheena Morgan, who's the Executive Director of the NCTRCA, because there are about 4 or 5 slides in Don's presentation that she will be covering in her presentation. So with that, I would like to ask, how many of you here in the room are certified ACDBE, if you would raise your hand? So we have about 10 people. How many of you are interested in